Anyone hungry for frog legs?
Greetings, traveler. Sit, have some ale, and listen to another tale from the Crypts of Skragg. I call today's tale Coffin Fits.
Right, okay. Chris, you down to play some D&D?
Yeah, we can play some D&D.
Excellent. Right, so your character last time was the sailor boy, right? What was his name? He was...
Corvus Celts.
Corvus Celts. Right, if you've got your character sheet, it should be pinned on my game chat. So if we go to my chat...
I've already got it.
Cool. Loaded that bad boy up. Okay, so he was working with this guy called Delamont. Delamont is a wheeler trader dealer. He's a trader, right? And everyone loves him in the city. But he accidentally sold some dodgy gear, and the mafia boss that he works for sent him on an errand to pay for it. And that got them involved in a cult. They got stabbed, they ran away. They're still indebted, okay? Now, your character, who is also a bit of a scumbag, would know this guy as well. Now, the name of the boss was... Give me a second. Teddy Tarkin. There we go. Teddy Tarkin is a gnome, and he is a crime boss of mostly gnome gang, of a gang that's mostly gnomes, that own a good quarter of the city. There's Teddy Tarkin. Ruthless bastard, absolute monster. What is your character up to, George?
He's just doing his regular smuggling, looking for clients that need things smuggled beneath the city. Is it the same city and everything, or is it?
If you guys want it to be, as always, you guys are in complete charge. If you want it to be set in Kesville, we can set it in Kesville.
That's cool. I mean, that's cool. Cool with you, man.
Chris, you down with the same city as last time?
Yeah, that's okay.
Cool. Okay. Now, as I explained before, it is Kesville. That's pronounced, isn't it?
It was very Russian sounding, so let me jump up there and I'll find out exactly. We have it written down. Just remember, it was built on top of the crypt. It was built on top of a crypt, and the crypt was built on top of a battleground that used to belong to orcs.
That's right. It's a former orc city. It wasn't called Kesville then. That's what it was changed to. Originally, it was called like Gorkastalka. In fact, the nation that this belongs to was like Gorkistan, if I'm correctly, or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that. Where?
I've got it all here. Right, so the nation was Gorkistan, and that's still the name of the nation. That's never changed. Right? And the city, right, is Yvesville. I may not be pronouncing that correctly. The city is separated into 4 quarters. The religious quarter.
Crypt is called the Crypts of Skragg.
That's right, they are the Crypts of Skragg. It is run by the Council of 12, right, which used to belong to nothing but entirely wizards, but nowadays, not so much. Nowadays, there's a lot of very rich people and some wizards. Each member of the council is a different colour, and the highest being gold. No one knows the identity of the gold wizard. Okay, the gold wizard's personal guard is the gold pauldrons. Okay, I think that's pretty much set it up. Now, you guys are both scumbags, so I'm going to assume you're both still working for Teddy Tarkin.
Sure.
Right, so you run away.
I associate with him,
Yeah.
but I don't work for him.
Right.
Yeah.
I do jobs.
But I was going to say, you're still in the ship because you ran away from the last job.
Well, I actually had a solution to that, and I don't know about running away from it being what we do.
Okay, well, what did you say to Teddy Tarkin when you basically saw him again?
I mean, it's going to depend on Joe.
Ah, okay.
can't
If you want
yeah.
to, look, this is set sometime afterwards, so we're going to just assume that you're still alive. Whatever you did, you're still alive.
Yeah.
But you, yeah, okay. So, I think this whole adventure should involve you doing a job for Teddy, but I don't want to railroad you. So, if you want to do something else for this adventure, then say what it is.
Oh, no, I'm happy to do something for Teddy Tarkin for this. I'm not sure if the relationship is like under the thumb of Teddy Tarkin or not.
What I will say is, what is a rumor that something's currently happening in the city?
A rumor?
Yeah, what is something that's currently going down in the city at this point?
I'm gonna suggest like a foreign sea merchant is trying to expand his influence in the city and is kind of strong-arming other merchants. But I'm curious as to what we're gonna say, George.
This is something that was actually on my pre-gen character sheet.
Do it.
Let's see, right here it says, you know how you were talking about the organization that runs the city, the Wizards?
Yeah.
Well, there
Council 12.
It says, I am a member of the Zentarim, an organization of well-trained...
Zentarim?
Yeah. Well-trained mercenaries, savvy rogues, and crafty warlocks who seek to expand their influence and power.
Zentarim. Okay. They are not a huge organization in the city of Cavesvale, but they're growing in prominence. They're just a bunch of no, what do you say they do? They're just trying to grow their influence. So they're like mercenaries, I'm assuming.
The Zentarim are a bunch of things depending on the timeline, but essentially the Zentarim, from memory, are composed of 3 different groups. One is a bunch of wizards, led by a guy who is straight up Elminster's rival. The other group is a bunch of priests, basically just like evil priests. I think it's the god that they worship. I can't remember his name.
They're a hireable group of thugs, I'm assuming.
Yeah, you can hire their services as thugs, but the further up the train you go with the Zentarim, the more it's like, they deal with like beholders and demons and devils and like really fucked up magics.
Okay, that's fine. There's just another group in the city. I remember that you're there, and there's someone that you can work for. Right, now, you say there's a merchant making trouble down at the docks.
Yeah, I reckon some kind of like powerful trade merchant is in the region and he's trying to sort of like muscle his way into the market.
Okay.
I'm not sure what particular market that would be, but something.
Okay, cool, we can work with that. Okay, so, shall we start it in an inn? Since there's do you characters know each other?
What is your character?
I'm basically formerly a seafaring wizard who is now back on land, trying to just do more than be transient on the sea, make money for himself, make a place for himself.
Gotcha. Do you have your own boat?
No, not anymore. Well, I never had a boat. I worked on a boat, but it was never my boat.
Gotcha. Okay. You could, I gather people around and hire them to help me smuggle. So, if
You could hire him as a smuggler. Would you do that?
Depends on what it'd be smuggling, but yeah.
We don't ask questions. We just smuggle.
Hey, that's an excellent start. Maybe you're smuggling something you shouldn't. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Well,
I can work with that.
That's the definition of smuggling, right? Something you're not supposed to be smuggling.
You get so how this usually happens, I'm assuming, is you get someone comes up to you and they say they want something moved, like you might be in an inn, and that's how that would work, I'm assuming.
Yep. They go to that
that's
shady
fantastic.
part in the back of the inn where I'm sitting, and they talk, they put down the money, and...
Right, so would both of you, since he's your friend and fellow employee, do they both just like sit there minding their own business in the inn? Okay, so you're sitting there both minding your own business, having a drink, okay? And an individual approaches you, and this is pretty normal, this is how work usually starts for you. The individual has a very thick accent, and he goes, I hear that you can provide services which I require.
Maybe.
May I take seat?
Go ahead.
He's a very skinny, very pale individual, has glasses. He has almost no neck. He sits down and is like...
well dressed or no?
Reasonably well dressed. He wears tatty servant's clothes.
Okay.
Looks like they were nice ones, but now they're tatty.
Gotcha.
Gentlemen, I require you to transport a series of objects discreetly through the city, past the gold pauldrons, and out into the outside the city. Now, the way the city works, Kesville, is it connects to the sea, but there is a series of rivers running through it that go into the mainland. He wants you to take it through the city, past the city, into the mainland via the rivers, where they'll be met, where you gentlemen will be met by some of my associates who will take the items from you.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I have 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
1, how much are you paying? 2, why is it every time I sit next to someone, you assume that I am in their business? Could I not just be sitting here having a drink with my friend?
You look like and he pauses as he thinks of that sentence. He turns and looks to Driscoll again and says, my apologies if I offended anyone. No offense was met. And I will pay whatever the going rate is. Which is... what is the going rate? Now, do keep in mind that how many gold pieces did your... 200 gold pieces is considered a lot.
Yeah, you started me out with nothing.
Okay. So he goes, I will pay you 300 gold pieces to deliver the entire stock. There are many items, some of which are quite large. How big is your ship? How much can you smuggle?
First I have to acquire ship.
How much does ship cost?
I said acquire ship.
Enough
I just need to know how big. Are we talking galleon? Are we talking canoe?
to transport the belongings of one man. So 5 large crates. One the size of a man. Each one the size of a man. So 5 very large crates.
You will make it sound like you're going to transport people.
Oh no, don't be silly.
Just don't
Just
shake
objects.
box. Drill hole in box so they breathe.
He looks a bit nervous. 5 large boxes.
Fine, you tell me where you want to meet, and I'll be there with ship.
Horse and cart ready at Devil's Avenue. By the But yes, what was it, Chris?
I am sorry, but I must interject. If we are transporting not people, and I put quotation fingers up, you're going to need more gold than 300.
How much more gold?
I glance sideways at my friend. At least an additional 60 gold per person. Sorry, not person.
I will pay you, and he gets out his ring, 360 gold pieces. For the not person.
You said 5 bucks?
5 boxes. The rest are belongings.
Ah, there is one not person. I understand.
Let's leave the boxes alone.
Pay the 60 now.
He reaches into his pocket and he gets out 30 gold pieces. I pay full price on delivery.
Well, that's his. What is mine?
It's 360 for entire thing. No more. Anything more is extortion.
No. Payment ahead of time. Said 60 now. You give him 30, or you give me 30.
Fine. And he throws the 30 at the table. I pay no more until delivery.
You pay one more thing. You buy me drink.
Good business.
Yes.
He takes out a single gold piece, lays it on the table, and he goes, to good health.
To good health.
Remember,
At least our health. Except for the guy, the
Avenue
not
of
guy.
the Devil's Spire. Avenue of the Devil's Spire, tomorrow evening.
I'll be there.
He walks off in a huff. They had to pay the money straight away. Right, the 60 gold pieces now lay in 2 piles on the table. Right, you can add that to your inventories. Right, 60 gold pieces. Actually, no, it's 30 each. Is it 30 each?
Yeah, 30 each.
Yeah, 30 each.
Yeah.
30 each. Okay. So, as always, the shops are open if you wish to purchase something.
You know, my friend, 30 gold pieces is a lot. We could just leave. We could just split.
Yes, but I've got a reputation to uphold.
So we kill him.
We see if we get ship first.
Alright, well, whatever you say.
Shops. Give me a second. I'm just going to copy that address again, as always. So I open the Thieves Guild shops.
What do we need to acquire a ship?
Mostly empty ship?
Alright, how are we going to acquire it?
By cover of night?
And tools?
Well, let's see. So we're going to the Thieves Guild shop, right?
It's just, that's the name of the website. It's actually just
Oh,
the shops.
okay. I thought it was actually...
Yeah.
I feel like my accent is being warped by his accent. I don't know if it's the same as last time.
You may also be from Covalachia. What is Covalachia famous for?
Your mum.
But seriously, what is a thing you're famous for? Big castles, the villages, pitchforks. Oh, sunny Covalachia. The warm childhood memories you had.
Wizarding nobles?
Too many wizards. Oh, the memories. Covalachia.
Okay, so you guys a wizard?
Yeah.
Okay. What are your spells? Like, do you have anything that we could use to cover? Or, actually, that wouldn't be under the level 1 spells, would it?
Hang on. I'll show you my spells.
Do you have sleep?
I have a handful of spells that I could use to scout the ship. Or maybe disguise myself, but...
Is there such thing as
enemies.
a potion or something that we can get to put everyone to sleep?
I have heard of such a spell,
Yeah,
but I don't have it.
Yeah.
Level 1 characters can get sleep. It's a level 1 spell. But I don't have it. I would have to find it somewhere and copy it into my spellbook, which requires a gold cost. And finding it is difficult. But it is a level 1 spell. It's an annoying spell though. A lot of math involved.
Either that or we need sleep darts.
Well, if we were going to find sleep darts anywhere, it's probably here. It's quite a lot of less than legal activities in the town.
So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for sleep, something to put the crew to sleep or the guards to sleep, whoever's on the ship, because we want to do this as quietly as possible. I see a lot of poisons, but no sleep.
I'm not going to magic one up for you, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Wish they just had like a search option. Wait, do they? No, they don't.
Filter content. Let me have a look. Sleep. Nothing.
Nope.
Okay, is there a...
It wouldn't be in any of the other stores.
I might recommend that we look for a sloop. Quite a small one.
That would work. Shady illicit. Okay, there you go.
Ooh, this acid. Nasty. What is dog pepper? I'm gonna look that up.
It's. I think you put it down so if you're being chased by dogs, the dog sniffs it and it ruins their senses.
Ah. Okay.
Now that's in real life. I don't know if it's the same thing in this. Oil of
I've...
Oh, what's midnight tears?
Similar to aniseed but less potent, dog pepper can be used to throw dogs off a scent. Oh, okay, cool.
Alright, what was the name of your character again, George?
Estionov.
I mean, I thought it was Dresstall, wasn't it? Oh no, was that Joe's character?
Yeah, that was Joe's character.
Ah, okay, cool.
Okay. No, midnight tears.
Estionov.
Yes.
Have we considered maybe just paying off a small crew to hire their ship for a short time?
I suppose that's a way to go about it.
20 gold is a lot of gold for a small crew.
Yeah, in all honesty, if you guys try to take on a fisherman, I'm probably going to bring up like low-level stats for a sailor, and he's probably still going to gank you.
Well, that's why I was trying to blow dart them or something like that from a distance, and then. Yeah.
Nope, I don't see it.
Okay.
I don't see it happening. Yeah, I would let you hire a very small sloop crew.
Stephen.
Yes.
I'm not saying it as you have to, but I will point it out. D&D doesn't strictly award you experience for killing things. You can determine what you consider to be like a milestone and award experience when that is reached as well.
Ah.
D&D allows for you to do stuff like that, so you could be like, this is sort of like my session that I've plotted out, and here is a couple of things that the players can do, and if they actually successfully do it, you can award experience for that.
Okay.
You're not strictly limited to X amount of experience per kill.
Right. In that way, it's not like it's everybody gets experience all at one time. So it's like the party grows rather than just the individual.
Okay, cool.
Okay. We go your way. We hire a crew.
Right, fantastic. So you approach the docks, right, and you only have the 60 gold pieces to you, right, and so you don't want to go crazy. You find a cheaper sloop with a group of sailors on it, but you're gonna want some ragtag group of just like 3, maybe 4 guys. You find like this dwarf here, and he's looks up at you and says, "What do you want?"
We're wondering if we could, and I look down at him, over the rest of his crew. Is there anything that stands out about his ship that would indicate that he is interested in less than legal work?
Everyone here is a two-faced scumbag. Law is more of a suggestion than a law.
Alright.
This is the outer
It's guidelines.
Different question. Would I have any, like, maybe, I've been on boats all this time. Do I know this person or heard of them or their ship? Just to be sure.
Ooh, that's a very good question. Can we roll something for that?
Sure.
What would that be? Would that be like, you don't have a sailing stat, do you? So
No.
What do we roll?
Depends on the way you want to think about the question. It could be something like history or insight.
I'm gonna make you do a charisma roll, because if he's gonna recognize you, because you may have seen him, but he's not gonna know you because of who you are. So I'm looking at Corvus. You've got a pretty good charisma of 16 with +3. That's great. So it's gonna be a moderate challenge, right? Forgive me, for D&D, what would a moderate challenge be?
So, in general, the highest possible score to achieve would be a 30, and that is like max level characters achieve level rolls of 30, or like really, really extenuating circumstances. 20 is pretty hard. The sort of like moderate levels are special. Like, it's anything below a 10 is probably like easy. Around a 10 is sort of like moderate, so like 10 to 15 maybe. And then as you go up,
a 12. If you roll a 1d20 with a +3 for your charisma, right? And if it's higher than a 12, then he knows you.
Then he knows me. Okay.
Yes.
Alright. Boom. No, I rolled a 5.
It's 5 + 3, right? So
No, 2 + 3, so 5.
Oh, 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's Yeah. So he's like he gives you a blank expression. It's like, if he does know you, he doesn't recognize you as a person he actually knows.
Right. We were looking to hire your services for some discreet work. My friend can describe the details.
He goes, how long is this going to take? We've got to be out of here in a week.
Did we get a destination?
Yeah, it's only going to take you a day. It's a night's job. It's a night's work.
Yeah. This one night's work, that's all. Actually,
he looks up over at you, right, and he goes, okay. How dangerous is it? Now, this is pretty ordinary smuggling. Smuggling isn't really dangerous work. There are watchmen, but they're not really doing their job. They don't really care.
I'm gonna say not dangerous, but I'm gonna say it in Thieves' Cant.
Okay. He responds back in Thieves' Cant, and he's like,
I look to my friend and say, he's the man for a job. How much?
40 gold pieces for all of us for one night.
40 for one night?
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah, no, what is it?
That is a lot of gold. For this, let's be reasonable, yeah? Let's say 25.
You're not just getting the ship, you're getting the manpower. That's 3 men. Cut between all of us, 40 gold pieces.
Your men load boxes on too?
Fine.
Deal.
Done. Okay, cool.
So I put up 20, and if you want to put up 20?
Right.
Sorry? Yeah, I will.
The dwarf puts out his hand to shake it. Not you, only the guy done the Thieves' Camp. Like, he's barely even looking at you. Okay, so you now have in your possession the Gully Gull. The Gully Gull is a sluice. It's a tiny ship, but it should hopefully carry the 5 boxes. Hopefully. You've got 3 guys on board, 3 ragged sailors. They all smell. They smell of booze and body odor and possibly some other liquids. They put a stain on them and you're pretty sure it's not alcohol. So it's
Okay.
So
It's lonely out at sea.
Yeah, it's lonely at sea, precisely. Yeah. So the boat goes through the town in the middle of the night, and it's the waterways are pretty crowded. There's many boats going back and forth. Right, there are occasional watchmen that look over, but it looks like no one actually really cares. This is illegal on paper only. No one actually cares about smuggling that much.
Right.
So
you're more in danger from people trying to steal your goods.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Precisely. There is law in the city, but it's in the rich quarters. The cops work for the rich, basically. So eventually you reach the Devil's Spire, which is the name of an old church, which is called that because a cult brew there of their version of Satanists, demon worshippers, whatever. And I think they were Saviel cultists, but that's not important. So basically what happens is you see there's a cart there, right, with an old horse. And the guy's there and he's got his butler clothes on. And he clicks his fingers and the guy who's on top of the cart takes the cover off and there are 5 large boxes. And the sailors get up and they start loading it in. And one of them definitely looks like person-sized. And they start bringing it on. Is there anything you guys want to examine or look at as they've been brought on board?
I'm curious about the people handing over the goods.
Okay.
I just want to try and spot any significant details about them.
Okay, let's get a roll for that. That would be... You don't have spot hidden, obviously, so would you have a perception? Is that a thing on the character sheet?
Yep, perception.
Yeah, perception or investigation.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, roll whatever one you find appropriate. And it's a... So you're rolling... It's a...
Those are the same for me anyway, so...
What is it, anyway? It's perception...
For both of them, I get a +5.
Wow, that's really good. Okay. Roll a 15 or greater.
Roger that. Looking for identifying marks or clothing. 9 plus 5 is
plus 5,
14.
yes. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, you do notice that. It appears that the guy is also uploading the thing is also wearing what appears to be old butler's clothes. It would appear that whoever this guy is used to be a nobleman. They're clearly working for some, even though you don't see any noble house crest. You don't see any insignia.
Alright.
Okay, cool.
I'll lean to Antionov. Astionov. I'll lean to Astionov and very curious as to what they are who they work for. This man's clearly worked for a noble at some point in his life.
I've learned that sometimes less is more.
As you're discussing this, one of the sailors accidentally drops one of the boxes and something falls out. What is it?
A dusty tome.
Okay, right. A dusty tome. Quickly, the butler goes, You there, get that back in that box and secure the lid. Make sure it doesn't come loose. And the sailor just takes the book, throws it in the box. I
look over to the dwarf and just be like, 40 gold, yes?
Yeah.
Snarky, bitey. Fuck you, 40 gold for this.
Yeah, basically, that's... I took him to realize what you're saying, but yeah, he ignores you. He literally couldn't care less about you.
Gives you...
Yeah. They get the books closed, right, and the boat heads off again. And as last time, there's lots of bridges. Imagine an old medieval city, and it's the shitty poor area, right? So still occasionally people throw sewage out their windows, even though it's the middle of the night. There is guards walking over the bridges, but they're not paying any attention. There's people smoking outside. Yep, go on.
There's something I'd like to do whilst the boat is in travel.
Yep.
without having them prepared, you can take 10 minutes to ritual cast detect magic.
You absolutely can, but you might want to just double check those rules for me.
Yeah. Basic rules, ritual casting.
Now, is the
Hang on, let me open that.
are the boxes below deck?
Yes, they would be below deck.
Okay. So no need to cover them.
Ritual cast. Oh god, that's ritual casting. Okay. Here we go. So if you were to go to the wizard page, the section where it says ritual casting, it simply states you can cast a wizard spell as a ritual if that spell has the ritual tag and you have the spell in your spell book. You don't need to have the spell prepared.
Okay, so yeah, you cast detect magic. Okay, cool. Rather predictably, magic is originating from one of the boxes, and it's the box that's the most human size.
Brilliant. Just so you know the exact details of detect magic. So it lasts up to 10 minutes as long as I maintain concentration and you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any.
Yeah, it's probably fine. Right. Okay. Cool. So are you gonna keep that to yourself, or are you gonna?
Well, I guess, is there a particular... Is it like a... Does it seem like there's a particular school of magic? Like, is it like, what are the schools of magic?
Necromancy,
Can you smell the school of magic? Is that a thing?
No, it's...
You feel the aura.
You just... Yeah. Magical mumbo jumbo. Yeah. Detect magic lets you know what the school of magic is, so... without trying to explain all of them, abjuration is shields. Conjuration is summoning things. Divination is, like, you know...
predicting the future.
Yeah. Enchantment is actually like enchanting a person. Evocation...
You tell me, what is the school of magic that you're detecting?
What is a school of magic that I'm detecting?
Yes, and I can come up with a plot reason why it's doing that.
Evocation.
And what does that mean?
Basically, it's elemental magics that blow things up. Like, it's evocation is simply it's essentially the school of destruction. It's just power. It is cold, it can be fire, it can be thunder, it can be acid.
It's the magic equivalent of, like, putting together gunpowder.
Ah, brilliant.
Okay, cool. Fair enough. He's trying to make some sort of destructive spell of some form. Okay, cool. Right. Okay, so you're detecting magic and you're detecting evocation, and I'm assuming since you're a wizard, you know that spell feeling. You know what that is.
I wouldn't necessarily know the spell, just the school. It could be anything within that school.
Okay. You remember flashback to when you were at the School of Wizardry in Kasnia. Is it Kasnia? What the fuck was the name of that made-up country that came up with? Was it Kasnia? Krasnikstan?
Krasnikstan. Okay.
Krasnikstan. When you're in Krasnikstan, you remember the magic school that you're in. I'm assuming you went to a magic school.
Yes.
Yeah, and you remember, like, you know, whatever fucking wizard teacher, like, explaining, like, the explosion from makeshift blow up, and you remember that distinct aura radiating off.
I was amused by such spells. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I can't remember the name right. I need to write it down. What was the character's name?
Which we...
Yeah, sorry, George.
Oh, Astianov. Let's see.
Alright. Astianov, my friend, we ought to be careful. Whatever not person is in that box is probably maybe not a bone. If you catch what I mean.
Who is are they already on the ships right now?
You're all on the ship. The ship is going down the river.
Just wanted to make sure that same dwarf wasn't carrying that one.
Yeah.
The one that was dropped. The other one.
No. The box that was dropped just contained books.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm racking my brain trying to think of any not person that I would know that would be of such a or former noble or whatnot that would, I don't know.
I like the idea that someone's just been turned into a human bomb.
Okay. As the as you go deeper into the poor area, right? Like there was in the poor area, there is like the busy bits, and you go further into the city, okay, and eventually. It starts to get a bit quiet because you start going into the crypt quarter, the crypt part. Basically, a good part of the poor people section is just people don't spend time there because of the big undead problem, because it's just some crypts. It's built over crypts.
Right.
But I'm feeling that part of the city is just like uninhabitable because of the constant problem with the undead.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, because they lock a whole section of the city off because of some magical radiance left over from a long lost war. The dead don't stay in their graves, and they have a horrible habit of getting up and attacking people. So they just keep that section locked off.
That's where they throw prisoners that they no longer want to keep around.
Very cheap property values.
Yeah, only like the worst degenerates would end up spending time here because you have a constant problem with the dead trying to eat you. So as the river approaches that section, like there's like warning signs and there's a bridge going over it. There's like a wall shielding this area off, but there's a bridge for the river. And there's like warning signs saying like from this point onwards, be wary. Like the dead walk, just be careful. But this is the way to get out of the city. You are smugglers,
right?
So, yeah, you go over under the bridge. You suddenly feel a cold shiver, the sense of dread. You see figures moving across the shoreline, probably just random corpses that just walk around, minding their own business. Shambling is what I'm looking for. Shambling corpses,
Yeah. I'm gonna climb up to the crow's nest.
Okay, you can absolutely do that.
Just so I can have a better lookout.
Right. The crypt section, right, it's literally mostly barren land. Underneath it there is a massive complex of crypts. The orcs who lived on this land before the war actually had surprisingly complex funeral rites. Now orc crypts are not like human crypts. They're much more rugged, more base stone, chiseled out the ground, and then with walls brought up. But they would use like totems and primitive orcish things. And then after the war, human crypts were built over it, where nobles would entomb their dead. But then they discovered over time that the base radiation from the war, a heavy magic use, led to the current problem, and then they were abandoned. And now, many different thieves and gangs spend time in here, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm over talking. I'm not giving you guys a chance to bring in.
That's okay, because actually, how long has this boat ride been?
An hour and a half.
Alright. Is there another thing that I could have done?
You tell
in regards to spell casting? Okay. So, let me quickly. So I've got that. Sorry, playing with wizards actually is the most annoying thing. I apologize. I essentially want to have casted Find Familiar in the time that we were traveling. It takes an hour to cast, and then I essentially summon a familiar. It's not really capable of doing anything in terms of fighting. It doesn't. It has like almost no hit points, but it's just like a bat or a crab or a frog or something. And I can have it move around. I can make it disappear and then reappear it in other places. You can also use it. You can swap vision with it, essentially. So if I was to find familiar a bird, I could fly a bird around. It can't go too far away. It has to be within 100 feet of you. But if it's within 100 feet, you can swap your eyes and ears with it and see what it sees and hear what it hears.
Okay, cool. What type of familiar are you doing?
Crow. It's gonna be something edgy. Yeah.
So this is just a crow that was minding its own business, and then you suddenly take control of it, and it comes over and it becomes your crow.
No. So, God, D&D lore. You essentially summon a familiar from another plane of existence. It just apparates in a form that you wish. It's very, very limited. You can't like summon a wolf. You can't summon something to fight for you or anything like that. It's the equivalent of a wizard in Harry Potter having like their owl or their rat.
Cool.
Except in this case.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Apologies for not entirely listening because I was trying to find a map suitable for ship-bound combat. Is this a suitable ship? Ignore the ballista.
I actually think I even have that. That seems fine.
Yeah.
That seems fine? Okay, cool.
It's a good sloop.
It's not the highest quality image, but I have to do.
Yeah, it almost looks exactly like what would be the picture from above. Almost exactly.
Cool. Right. Open rodeo.
I actually have holy shit! I have a lot of ship. I just went.
You got a better one?
I have
post it in chat.
I think they're too big. I think they're all big ships.
Mm.
And there's a lot of them. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it.
So last time y'all played 2 wizards?
No.
Joe chose
one was a rogue.
Okay.
Joe was a yeah.
Okay.
It's such a low quality image. I'm having trouble figuring out the size of the. There we go.
Ha! That's kind of funny.
What's that?
Crow is the common name for the genus Corvus, under which ravens fall.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. When you said you were summoning a crow, I was like, oh yeah, Corvus.
Okay, so I need this.
Almost got it. There we go. That should do it. There we go. Excellent. Right. Let's save. You guys can grab tokens from the side, I'm assuming.
There we go. Wizard hat again.
Wizard hat. Fantastic. And
I'm in the crow's nest, so.
Excellent. Oh, you've actually got yourself. That's good. That's good. Yep. That's good. Right. For the dwarf, I'm gonna make his icon a axe. Axe is a dwarf. Right. There. Right. And for the other sailors, I'm gonna make them swords. There we go. So sailor there. Good. Right. Okay. Cool. And you're all minding your own business, and it's a very small ship, as you can see. Right. And suddenly, out of the water attacks a bullywog. It's like a frog person. Give me a second. Who here knows what a bullywog is?
I'm aware of the bullywogs.
Yeah. Little tiny low level 1 monsters we can all take care of and gain some experience. It's gonna be fun. Or it might just
dumb frog people.
It's like the shit, forgot what they're called, but they're annoying as fucking World of Warcraft.
Murlocs?
Yeah, Murlocs.
Yeah. I have accidentally just closed a tab out. Oh, that's frustrating.
I need to include Murlocs in a D&D game, actually, and have them just, really be frustrating.
Find the actual, soundbite, and you just have a button where you can just keep pressing it over and over.
There we go. Okay, we're good. We're good. I'm back.
Understood. That's okay.
Okay, cool. Now let's add some frog people. So, they jumped out the water. Goblins will now represent frog people. So, goblin there, and see if this is third goblin. Yeah, but they're actually bullywogs. Okay, so we've jumped out of the water, like the merman in Castlevania. If you've ever seen that, it's good, and soaking wet. And yeah, that's the thing. You called your Corvus Crow like a badass, and as you were just doing that, as the crow landed on you, a frog person jumps out and goes to attack. Now, what's their dexterity? Because we've now engaged combat. I need to bring up the dex thing. Give me a second. Initiative thing. Right, give me a second. I'll bring the initiative thing up.
Of course, we travel through undead territory and we are attacked by frogmen. This makes sense.
Exactly. Right. Okay, so I'm going to go out there. This little point indicates the turn, right? And let's just check out everyone's character sheets. Right, now it's dexterity for turn, isn't it?
So, traditionally the way you do it is you have everyone roll a d20 plus the dexterity modifier.
Okay,
the highest score goes first.
The dexterity modifier.
Oh, there was a tray box. Wasn't there a dice box in this? We found this out last time, right?
There is. There's a dice box. Yeah, let's do the dice box.
It's that little circle next to party. It's got like a circle and then a rectangle and a square. You click on that.
Awesome.
Right, roll the 1d20 for the Bullwog, which is a 7, plus his dex, which is a +1, which is 8. So Bullwog is dex of 8.
I rolled a 17, and I have no modifiers, so just 17.
Alright. I rolled a 14, and I have a +3 for modifier. So that's 17.
So that's 8 for. It's 8 for these guys. 8. Then does that mean they actually go to number 8, or does that mean yes? They go to 8 on initiative. Is that how this works? I forget.
Whatever they roll is their initiative.
Okay. And
So if they roll an 8, they'd be an 8.
Okay. And lower is better because they go first.
No, you want to roll higher. Bigger number is first. Yeah.
Bigger number is first. Okay, cool. That makes more sense. Okay.
Astionov and I rolled the same. I'm happy to let him go before me rather than.
Was both. What's your number, boys?
17.
17.
17. Okay, cool. And I'm going to take your tokens and I'm going to put them there. And I probably need some stats for this dwarf. I'm going to type in.
Hang on, I can bring up some sailor stats for you.
Do it. Do it.
Sailor, 5th edition. Here you go.
Yay! Do it. Let's have a look.
Actually, their format's kind of lame though. I could probably find better ones.
So I'm going to roll a d20 for him and then add the +1, which is 4, +1, which is a 5. So the dwarf is down here. He's got very low dex because he's just a dwarf. And I'm going to do one for the sailors. So I'm going to do the same stats though. So clear that. Roll d20 +1, which is 12, which is pretty good. Yeah. Okay, cool. Excellent. Now everyone's put on the initiative tracker. We'll start the combat off with number 17. Let's roll that bad boy down. Okay, cool. It is now both your turns.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
Astionov.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go. I'm up in the crow's nest, so I'm going to be using my sneak attack with my my hand crossbow.
Yep.
It does an extra 1d6 damage to one creature that I hit with an attack. If I have an advantage on the attack roll, the attack must use a finesse or ranged weapon. So
Also counts because I'm within 5 feet.
Cool.
You get it as long as an ally is within 5 feet of the target as well.
Cool. That's even better.
Or once per turn.
Yeah, once per turn. So okay. So I'm going to go ahead and my attack bonus is +5, so that would be what my dex +5.
You're going to be asking questions towards Chris.
So, when you're rolling to hit,
Yep.
It's your proficiency plus your dex bonus, which is probably a 5. So you add that to the d20 to hit, and then when you roll damage, you just add your dexterity modifier to the weapon roll. So the what is it? It's like a crossbow or something, right?
Crossbow is +5 to attack bonus. So what? Okay, so I'm rolling my dexterity, which is 16.
So you roll a d20.
All right.
And then the attack bonus, you add that to it, and that'll determine whether you hit.
My attack bonus is the modifier that's under the dexterity, correct? Or no?
Hang on, where's your character sheet? Can I have a look at it?
Yep, absolutely. I will post it real quick.
Just make sure it's laid out the same way.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I just found it. I saw it from earlier. Boom, okay. So, yeah, the way this works, so this is the crossbow. So you roll a d20 plus the attack bonus, which is 5. That number has to exceed the armor class of the bullywog.
Alright, I rolled a 15. Maybe +5, that would be 20.
Yeah. I can't see the AC on the bullywog. You might have to just double check that one, Stephen.
Oh, certainly. The Bullywog, monster stats, their AC is 15.
Alright,
Okay.
so 20 hits.
Yep.
So then what you do is you'll roll 1d6 plus 3 for the crossbow's damage. The plus 3 is your dexterity modifier. so it's just adding your modifier to the damage of the attack. Then you add the sneak attack, but you don't add any bonuses to the sneak attack's damage. The sneak attack is just the dice.
Okay, so 1d6 plus 3, so it's 6, and then now I just roll 1 die.
Yeah.
And add 2 more, so that's 8.
There are 8 points of damage to the bullywog.
Excellent. Right, fantastic. The bullywog's health is 11. Is it 11? I can also do a 2d8 plus 2 to figure out what its health is. I'm going to do that actually. So I'm going to open up the thing. I'm going to go blip. I'm going to go d8 plus 2 to it. So that's 14 is its health. How much damage did you do?
I did 8.
8. Okay, so that's 14. No, yeah, it's 14 minus 8. So we get out a calculator.
6.
Yeah.
Thank you. 6. Right, and I'm going to see if I can write something on here that let you know how much health that one had.
Oh yeah, I found Poster's notes.
Yeah, you see that? You see that there? And now I'm going to write on it 8 HP. Can you guys see any of that?
Nope, you're underneath it.
Why is that?
So you'll have to select it, and then there's like a text box, so you just type it in.
I see. So now I go to select that. And then I say 8 HP. Okay, that's
6.
cool. And now I grab it and I'm gonna put that there for that one. Can I resize it perhaps?
Yeah, I think you can. If you just left click it. Yeah.
There you go. Go. Excellent.
I believe it was 6 HP.
Yeah.
6 HP. Oh, so, okay, let me just 6 HP.
It now has the same hit points as me.
Oh, wowzers. That's how fucking weak you guys are. Jeez Louise. Okay, it's your turn. Please try and kill it before it kills you.
Of course. Yeah, so I'm just gonna back up as far as I can, which is 30 feet. Which is 6 squares. Oh, what the? Why have I got a stat? I want my character. Oh, no. Okay, I see how that works.
Press the hand button, then move your...
No, I'll go to the stairs so I can actually keep line of sight. So I'm going to cast a firebolt at that man with 6 hit points. Which is a d20 plus 5. No, why is that additive? That's annoying. You have to hit... Okay, I see. Sorry. 10 plus 5? 15 to hit. What was the armor class?
The armor class, 15.
Yep.
Okay. I should have already had this up. I made the mistake that every wizard makes, and I chastise everyone for doing, and here I go doing it. I should have had this open already. Firebolt. Oh, that's nice. It's not loading. On a hit, the target takes 1d10. And it's no modifiers, right? Yeah. I don't get to add my modifiers to it. I just get a straight d10.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get the bonus for the sneak attack, or no?
Sorry?
You don't get the bonus?
No, I don't get sneak attack.
Okay.
That's just you.
Okay. Oh, I thought you benefited from it.
No, so by me, because I was in 5 feet of it, it didn't matter if you had stealth or advantage. You automatically are able to use your sneak attack if I'm within 5 feet of the target you're trying to hit.
Okay.
I rolled a 10.
Right, so it's 10 damage.
10 points of damage, yeah.
Okay, it is... Alright, basically you set fire to it, and it collapses into the ground as a... It jumped on board the thing, immediately got hit, and then you fireballed him, and he's just dropped dead. So this guy is dead. I'm gonna put that.
For the sake of roleplay, when I cast a firebolt, I bring a dagger up, I have it held in a reverse grip in front of me, and I use my other hand to create a circle, and as I do that, flaming runes appear in front of me, and then I push my hand through the runes, and that's when the firebolt fires out.
Very cool.
Nice.
Right, okay, it is now the turn of the sailors. Okay. The sailors, if we look at the sailor stats, they can move... how do you figure out movement? Was it dexterity?
So on the sailors... Sorry. On that character sheet, or the stats that they gave you for the sailor, there will be a section where it says speed, and then it says 30 feet. Each square is worth 5 feet of movement, and they can use up to 30 feet of movement. So 6 squares.
6 squares. Okay, cool. And I'm going to do an attack on this fellow up here. So we bring up the sailor stats again. We've got... forgive me, I know I'm rolling a 1d20, but what am I rolling? I'm using a short sword, which is melee plus 3 attack.
You will roll a d20?
Yep.
Plus 3.
Okay, and what stat is that?
It's not a stat, you just roll a d20 plus 3.
Oh, okay. Oh, I forgot to put the space in. Is that it? Roll 1d... No, what am I doing wrong?
If you want, just press the slash button, and then you can just click roll and then type in the D.
Yeah, dice box.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Hear that? Roll 1d20. There we go. So that's 19 plus 3, which is 22, right?
Yeah.
So 22, and help me out here, Chris. I'm tired.
So all you do is you find AC on the bullywog, and if that number is higher than the AC, it's a hit.
22. Yeah, it is. So it's a hit. Okay, and I roll.
So then, yep, which is 1d6 plus 1.
1d6 plus 1, which is 2. It does 2 damage to this guy. And the bullywog's health is 2d8 plus 2. So I'm going to clear that. Do the 2d8s. Blam, blam. Which is 6 plus 2, which is 8. So how much damage did I do again? Shit!
2. You did 2 points of damage.
2 points of damage. Okay, cool. 2 points of damage to the 8 HP, so he has 6 HP. Okay, cool. We'll do that. If I can remember how I shrink it. Wait a minute. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Lovely. Awesome. Right. So I moved these guys, was it 6? Was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? There we go. And now it's Dwarf's turn. So I've moved off. No, it isn't. It's their turn. Then it's the Dwarf's turn. Okay, cool. So now with the first Bullywog, he's going to go and attack the Dwarf because he's right next to him. And the Bullywog is going to... so it's roll a 1d20. What's the plus? How do you figure out the plus and the minus on the attack roll?
So, on the Bullywog, I'll open that back up again. So, on the Bullywog, if you look at the bottom of its page, it says Actions.
Yep.
And it has a spear.
Yep.
So if you read across that, it says Attack plus 3 to hit. So it'll be a d20 plus 3.
Ah, I see. Oh, I see. Thank you. Thank you. It explains a lot. So I now do hand right, and it can be thrown as well, can't it? Okay, but still. Okay, cool. So we should roll the 1d20. So that's 2 plus 3, and the army class. So that's 5, and the armor class of a sailor is 12. So that is a miss. All right, I'm now going to grab the second one, which is this one here, one with 6 HP, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to roll the 1d20, which is a 13 plus 2, which is higher than their armor class. So he hits the sailor directly in front of him, and he does... What is this piercing damage or 5 plus? What was this about?
So, essentially what it's doing here, it splits this up into 2, right?
Yeah.
So that first number there, hit 4, and then in brackets 1d6 plus 1.
Yep.
That's if it's a ranged attack.
Yep.
The hit 4 is you can just choose to make it do 4 points of damage. Or you can roll a d6 plus 1.
Okay.
The next set of numbers is if it's using the spear in melee.
Yep.
In which case it can just do 5 points of damage, or you can roll 1d8 plus 1.
Right, well, I'm going to roll a 1d8 plus 1 to see how much damage I do to this sailor. Right, so I'm going to play 1d8 plus 1, which is 9. There's 9 damage to this sailor. The sailor's HP is 11. Wow, he fucking skewers this fuck. Right. So, +1, so it's 9. 9 damage to the sailor. There we go. Post-it note.
I think I might have been the one who put those post-it notes down.
I can write on them. I can write exactly what his HP is. Cool. So, that was... Yeah, it says 9 damage to a sailor who has 12 HP. So 12 minus 9 is 3 HP. Cool.
That's really handy. Rather than putting our names on it, we can put our HP on it. I like that.
Yep, that's very useful. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and do the same on mine.
Names, you can all sorts. So I don't really need the post-it notes, but whatever. They're there now, so that's fine. Right. And now we go back down. Is that all the sailors? No, this sailor here needs doing. No, that's the goblins, so the bodylogs. So he's successful. The other one missed, and the other one's dead. Okay, cool. So now it goes back, and it's the dwarf's turn. So it's the dwarf's turn, and the dwarf is going to do an attack. Right, and he's going to use his sword. Right. So again, it's the sailor thing. So it's 2 hit. What's the 2 hit on a sailor? I'm having trouble seeing that. Short sword.
Sorry, I'll read it for you.
It's 3 to hit.
Yeah.
So I roll a 1d20 plus 3. I'm blanking again. Does it work?
No, you had it exactly right. 1d20 plus 3, it's exactly correct.
Okay, and what do I compare that to? I compare that to the armor class.
That's correct.
Right. So he rolled a 1, which is a fumble, plus 3, which 5, and that's against the armor class of a bullywog, which is 15. Are fumbles a thing in this? If you roll a 1, does anything bad happen?
So the idea of a fumble in D&D is actually kind of a myth. It's a popular homebrew rule that people do that, but there is actually does not state that a roll of a 1 is a fumble.
Okay, cool.
Although I like to be kind of creative with it. I'll if I think the occasion calls for it, I'll be like, that's a fumble. But usually not.
Okay, so he makes a leap for him with his axe, and he trips and slides slightly and falls over. So he's going to be, in next turn, he'll be disadvantaged, I suppose.
And he hears from behind him, 40 gold pieces!
Right, so now the dwarf's turn is over. Roll it back to you guys. Who wants to go first?
I'll give it to Astianov.
Okay.
I have no dexterity score. I will default to whoever's a higher dexterity than me.
I'm gonna go ahead and shoot the one closest to me. So, do I still get the sneak attack for this round, or is it?
What?
Yeah, you would. So it's a new round, so you do get sneak attack again.
All right.
And it does have allies within 5 feet of your target, so that does count for sneak attack.
Okay. So, oh shit, 10. So I don't think I hit.
Is it 10 plus anything or 10 total?
It's 10 total, because I think it's
Yeah, armor class is 15, so no, the miss.
Yeah.
So it goes, and it goes over his shoulder. Okay, I suppose that's you for the turn?
Yep.
Okay, cool. We'll jump back to your turn now, Corvus. What's the minion doing during all this?
I mean, I'm not using it for combat. You can cast spells, some spell through it, but I'm not using it for combat. So it's just kind of above the boat, just flittering around, staying out of sight.
Cool.
I mean, it's a bird.
Yeah.
Yes, these sailors are worth 40 gold pieces. Yes, of course. Firebolt, and I'll launch a firebolt at the guy with 6 hit points.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it flies over the head of the dwarf and the other bullywog. Now roll those stats. Does it just automatically hit firebolt?
No, I have to roll for it.
Do it.
I rolled a 6, however, so that is a miss.
Oh shit. Flies really over his head. Right, so everyone's getting off to a great start. Really fantastic.
I might do myself a favor and back up the stairs a little bit more as well. Actually, I'll even... Is this like a banister here?
Yep.
Yep.
Like a half wall?
Yep.
Alright. I'm going to use that as cover. So there is a rule for that. It's up to you what type of cover it is.
It's not like individual planes. See, it's like a fence sort of thing, you know? Is what it is. It's
like a banister.
A banister.
Half cover is +2 to AC. 3/4 cover is +5. Total cover means you can't be hit by a ranged attack. Whether it's even worth half cover is up to you.
It's half cover, being generous. It's.
I will take that generosity.
If someone fired an arrow at you, it probably wouldn't do much. But you know, it's your hope. It's something. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okie dokie. That's your turns. So the next turn is sailors. Right. So the sailor with the 3 HP, he's got a spear in his stomach, and he's like, ah! He attempts to do an attack. Right. So that's check his short sword again. It's +3 to hit. So it's a roll of 1d20 to clear that. Roll a 1d20 +3, which is 18, which is definitely enough to hit a bodywog. Right. Short sword damage is 1d6 +1. Right. So we just clear this. Roll a 1d6 +1, which is 3. So that's 3 HP. So 3 HP. There we go. Cool. You can change the design of the dice you're using. They come in different colours. It's nice.
Hell yeah.
Look, now they're all going to be red. So clear that and do it. Look, it's all red now.
I go with the walnut.
Cool. You prefer walnut? Alright. Okay, so come out of that for a second. Wrong button. Okay, he's done that and he hit. Took this HP down to 3.
Oh, and you can share dice rolls too.
Yeah, cool. Let me get rid of the post-it notes.
I think it's off by default.
Cool.
Oh, I didn't realize that this page had done it, but this page has given these sailors pistols. I don't know if pistols exist in your world.
They do. I'm a firm believer that gunpowder weaponry is incredibly cool, and muskets do not get enough appearance in media, specifically fantasy media.
Yep.
Games Workshop was entirely correct in including pistols and muskets. They are cool as fuck and should always be included.
I fully 100% agree.
I do too. In fact, I included them in my game because Frostgrave does not have guns.
So yeah, muskets are totally a thing. But none of these guys have it because they're all fucking dirt poor. This sailor's moving forward one and is going to attack this bollywog. So once again, I do the 1d20 with the +3, which is 9, which is 10, 11, 12. The bullywog's armor class is 15, so again, that one misses. This bullywog is impervious to attack, so he misses. Next turn belongs to bollywogs. Right, so this guy right here is going to attack the dwarf again. Right, so his attack is...
Oh, holy shit, I didn't even see this down here. The initiative tracker.
Yeah, 1D. Yeah. Thank you. I always include that. That's not included in the game, though. So the fans came up with it.
Okay.
So.
This initiative tracker is one of my favourite things in this. I'm not gonna lie.
It's pretty cool.
Wow. Okay, so the bullywog goes to attack and completely misses. Actually, whose turn is it now? It's the.
Bollywogs.
The bullywogs. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So yeah, he completely misses. And yeah. Oh no! And did I do the bullywog up top? I didn't, did I? Okay, so I'm gonna do him. So clear. 1d20. 2. They both miss. Okay, cool. The bullywog down here is going to move. He's got a movement skill of, was it like 5, wasn't it? Was it dex?
Wherever it says speed?
Speed, 20 feet.
20 feet, so it can move 4 squares.
Yeah, it can move 4 squares. So put himself in a corner. And this one up here is also going to try and run for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. It's now the bullywog's turn is over. It is now the dwarf's turn. 1, 2. Actually, no. How far can a dwarf move? It's a sailor. Sailors can move, what, 5 places?
What was their movement? They have a speed of 30, so 6 squares.
6 squares. Okay. Or he's going to attack the one on the stairs. He's going to roll a 1d20 plus 3.
Yeah, 16.
Yeah, 16
Yeah.
plus 3 is his Bullywog's armor class is 15. So what did I roll again? Was it 16? 16. So yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's it.
That hits.
Yeah.
And the damage for a short sword is
1d6
plus 1.
plus 1. Yep.
Yeah. Hear that? 1d6 is a 5. It's a 6 damage. That does 6 HP to this guy, killing this guy instantly. So dead. Okay, cool. Cool. Right. I know we're just grinding for experience, but what can I do to make combat more interesting?
There are a few ways of it. I can explain some of it when we're done playing, if you like.
Sure. It's
Bastionov.
Bastionov.
All right. Try it one more time. Shoot the remaining one. It's 11. It's a miss.
11. The armor class is 15, so that's a miss. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. You're level 1, dude. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Woo! Over his head again. Your turn. Corvus.
Alright.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm just gonna...
Yeah, what is that? You gonna move him?
No, wait, I think it might be actually 6. No, wait. Let me just make sure I did that right. 6 plus 5, and then that's it, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So it was short. So go ahead.
Alright. Yeah, I'll just go ahead with another fireball. Oh yeah, I rolled a 17 plus 5, 22.
So, yeah,
You think you can attack the boat and then just run away? Fireball.
He's definitely hit, and how much damage are you doing?
Not an 18, that's for sure. 3 points of fire damage. I singed his leg.
Oh, I haven't figured out
It
what
burns.
his health is 2d8 plus 2. Dice. So it's 8. So it's 9 plus 2. So his HP was 11. And how much damage did you do?
3.
You've done 3 damage. Okay, so that means his HP is now 9. It would be 8. 11 minus 3.
8? I think. 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 8.
Always keep a calculator nearby. Right. Cool. That's your turn done with. Take that down to the sailors, who should probably finish this guy off. Right. Gonna move him over, and then I'm gonna do the 1d20 plus 3, which is enough to hit him. That's definitely enough to hit him. Right. And then the damage from the sailor's short sword was a 1d6 plus 1 there. 6 plus 1, which is 2 HP damage. Cool. Which means he's down to 6. Right, the other sailor's going to move behind him and try and, I assume, try and stab him from the top of the 17 plus 3, so that's definitely enough. And I'm going to once again do the short sword, which is 1d6 plus 1, which is 1, which is 2 again.
This is just like painful. Death by 1,000 cuts.
Very slow. 6 minus 2, which is 4. Like, this is level 1. This is level 1, guys. This is slowly whittering away at the enemy's death, and all just trying to gank him.
It's violent.
Yeah, it's death by 1,000 paper cuts. It's now his turn. Okay. Yeah, he's actually probably gonna. We want the XP though. Yeah, realistically he's gonna try and run. He's gonna go fuck it. He's gonna jump in the water. And if you look at a bullywog's speed, right, they can do double speed in water. It's 40 feet. Right. So.
Yep. They could always swim down.
Yeah. How many squares is that?
8 squares. 40 feet, 8 squares.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's gone. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Experience you guys get. You killed 2 of them, right? That is experience points. Where does it sound like
50. It says 50 experience. Yeah.
You get 100 experience points. How many experience points to get to the next level?
I believe it's 300 to go from 1 to 2.
Okay, so you be sure to write your character sheets. You've now just only got 100 new XP. Here's the thing, right? We've got these saved as PDFs, right? And the PDFs aren't altered unless you like save them on your hard drive, then delete the one on the server, the upload. So, would it not be better to have them saved to someone's Google Drive that could be edited on the fly?
Yeah, that or we save it and then at the end of the session we re-upload everything.
Okay, fair enough. It's just add 100 XP to your character sheets for God's sake and then re-upload them. Can I rely on you guys to do that?
Yep.
Sure.
Cool. Right.
There is, in fact, a spot on the sheet for experience points.
Yep. Anyone hungry for frog legs?
I should give you some low-level junk.
What is this? Necklace of Dagon?
A deck of many things?
I was about to say that. Oh, what is this fascinating little card deck? Ah, the world ends.
Yeah, all you find is you find a necklace of little skulls, which it was wearing, which you could probably sell as a trinket, I suppose, and maybe a tiny little froggish dagger, and that's pretty much it. A tiny ornate dagger, where the hilt is shaped like a frog, because they've got surprisingly, decent culture. And you could probably sell that for like 5 gold pieces if you wanted. Who wants to take that?
Give it to the men who, or at least one of them to the men who.
I'll take it. If you do not want it, I'll take it. I do not care. We have paid them already.
Yep.
Add ornate frog. It's not worth anything really. It's worth like 2 gold pieces. You can sell it.
I'm just going to catapult it at something later on.
Yeah.
Ornate frog dagger. Right. Okay. So the one guy's been skewered with a spear, right? And in any other normal real-world scenario, he'd be like, I'm dying, but this is D&D. So one of these sailors is casting healing on him.
Sure, give him a 6-hour rest, he'll be fine.
Yeah, like, you sleep it off. It's fine. Go to bed. Sleep it off. You'll be fine.
Just puking up blood.
While you guys are like tending to the ill fella and everything, you notice something from beneath the ship. What do you notice in the lower decks?
As in, like, of the ship itself or in the water?
I was gonna say in the ship itself, in the lower decks of the ship itself. You notice something catch your eye. What is it?
Eye or ear?
Hmm.
Eye or ear?
You notice something. How you notice it is entirely up to you.
Okay. Maybe we hear a rustling coming from one of the boxes of not people.
Okay. Right. The boxes, I should point out, were in fact like 4 ordinary-sized luggage container boxes, and 1 which is very much person-sized.
Okay. And that's the one that the magic was detected on.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not coffin shaped, but it's very much the same size as a coffin. Like it's.
we hear ticking.
Yeah, you hear some noise down there. If you want to investigate or not, that's entirely up to you.
I assume you and your crew have the deck handled? Yes? Good? Okay. I'm going to check on the goods now.
I'll climb down and follow.
Right, you can hear upstairs the sailor still screaming as they dig the spear out of him. Right, and the other sailor's like, stop being such a baby. Downstairs, you notice that the blood from the bullywog had been slain, had dripped through like a drainage thing into the basement, and where it dripped onto the ground, you noticed like literally the GIF that I posted of like smoke emanating from the coffin. Like it's the box is doing that, And you notice as you get closer that there is some sort of like enchantment or something etched onto the lid. And the box itself is like, you can hear the wood sort of the nearby blood, but it's being held down by the enchantment on top of the lid.
Of course. You said there's some kind of enchantment that's visible on the box itself now.
Yes.
Do I recognize the enchantment?
Give me a cult roll. It's hard. Its challenge is going to be in like 19, so it's going to be very unlikely. But if you so it's a challenge of 19. What are you gonna? What is your cult?
There isn't an occult. The closest to that is probably Arcana.
The word I was looking for. What is your Arcana?
Okay. I have +5 to Arcana.
Okay, it's 19. You've got to get at least
20.
Wowzy woozles! Yeah. You look at it and you recognise it. It is a variation on that sleep spell you were referring to earlier. It was. It is very similar to a sleep spell, slightly different, but you recognise parts of the sigil. Some of the incantation written on the box you recognise as a form of sleep. Again, the box rattles slightly and then goes back.
Right. Can I see that the enchantment is in some way damaged?
No. It is perfectly fine. What I'm kind of imagining is, if you ever seen that thing where you put like a bit of food next to a sleeping cat, and it's like, it's not moving, but it's lying there asleep, and its tongue's going.
All right. My friend, the blood is like near the coffin or on it.
Close to it.
Close to it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna straight up ask: is the idea of a vampire foreign to me? Like, if I could put 2 and 2 together, it's
D&D. Vampires are not that.
Yeah. This could be a problem. Our not person is actually very probably not a person. We should remove the blood, in my opinion.
I'll grab maybe a handkerchief or something I might have on me that I would normally wipe fingerprints with, and wipe it up quick as possible and deposit it over the boat.
Yeah, as you do that, the goes down, like the sleeping, the noise it starts to make starts to go down a bit. As it probably falls into a deeper sleep and stops.
Then I'm gonna go to the top deck and tell one of the deckhands, mop this up quickly.
I kind of come up behind him and is like, also, the man who got the spear in his gut, he should not go below the decks right now. He should stay up for the rest of the night, if he wants to live.
He's he doesn't say anything, he just quietly whimpers. And the dwarf turns around and goes, "What the bloody hell have you put on my ship?"
You were paid 40 gold pieces, you ask no questions. Huh? This is our work, you know what we do. But I really recommend going nowhere near that box.
Right. The rest of the trip, right, unless you guys want to say otherwise, goes rather uneventfully. Every now and then, for the rest of the night, you notice zombies walking across the... but this is normal. They normally just, like, look at a passing ship, point at it, and then just carry on walking.
I will say, nasty enough. Do you mind just keeping an eye out for me for a moment? I'm going to lose my vision for a little while. Absolutely. And I'm going to go into my familiar. And in a 100 feet radius around the ship, I'm just going to spend a little while watching just the area. Not like watching for danger, but I'm just actually looking for curious things. Is there anything curious lying around in the rubble, or are the undead doing funny things? Anything at all. If nothing, I don't care.
It's quite funny. It's not a very common known fact, but since zombies are incredibly stupid, they can be quite comical. Like you see one like walk directly into a wall. Yeah, that's not the funny you're referring to, but it's just a thing. Zombies can be quite funny.
Yeah.
As you see the occasional bullywog enter the water. There seems to be quite a big bullywog infestation here, which you've never noticed before. No, you don't actually notice anything that unusual unless you want to like do a roll to see if you can really see something unusual. But for the most part, just doing a casual glance, no.
I'll happily do a roll.
Do it.
Perception.
Yeah, go on.
Alright. Here's a thing. technically, because I'm using the bird, I don't get to use my own stats for this. I have to use the bird's stats for perception.
Really?
Yep.
Do you have that?
I do. So instead of a +5, it is a +3. Would you like me to post the stat for you?
Do it, mate. It's fine. I believe you. I don't think you're lying. It's fine.
Boom. There you are. I rolled an 8.
Okay. You notice we're pretty far into the Crypt Quarter, and you don't usually get living people this far. There's rumours of gangs being out here, but still, what you see is quite unusual. For the last hour or so, there's been nothing but very old ruins. Old crypts made by the orcs before human habitation. Right? And occasionally there'd be crypts from the first stage of the city, when the first humans built it here before they decided to leave. But you see graffiti. Graffiti's quite new, and it's written on the wall, and it says, Omadon lives. And written beneath it was just scrawled a picture of a crown.
Ah, this can't be a good thing. Okay, this is interesting. Connecting dots.
Same here.
Right. Okay.
Alright, cool. That's interesting.
This will be the
That's
first
it for
time
me.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I'll mention it to Astionov too. It's like that was kind of interesting. Aside from the zombies being very stupid and walking into walls, you know who Omadon is, or that he lives.
You would never have heard the name Omadon. Like, no one.
No.
That's a completely new word to you.
Nah.
Yeah, of course. I'm sure it is nothing of consequence. Forget about it.
Right. Okay. He eventually, you reach the end of the city. Like there's around the city, there's big walls. Okay, and there's this used to be like a hole in the wall for the river. And back in the day, there used to be a metal contraption that you could lower in case of siege. But the city hasn't been sieged for hundreds of years. So you go through this hole in the wall with a metal contraption above it, which is rusted shut. It hasn't been used in so long.
Portcullis.
Cullis, yes, thank you. And you, on the other side, there's thick woods, because the woods are just outside the city. And waiting for you is a carriage, a black ornate carriage, and a hooded, robed figure is sitting on top of the carriage. And there's another bunch of people wearing like butler's clothes, and they wave you over, right? And they're like,
I lean in. Sorry, I'll just lean over to Astionov as soon as we see them as well. Say, yeah, yes, not ominous at all.
Do you have him? It? Do you have it?
The not person?
Yes,
Yes.
the not person. Do you have it?
Yes, and the cargo. It's all safe.
God. He clicks his fingers. It's not the same guy as earlier, it's a different guy, but he clicks his fingers, and there's some more servants come out, and they go to retrieve the items.
And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Payment.
Fine. Right. And two more servants come out from the carriage, and they're both like carrying 200 gold pieces. Right. How big is that going to be in a box? It's like, what, hand-sized?
That's up to you to decide, I guess.
200
There is a
pieces.
weight system for gold,
I was gonna say,
or you just kind of ignore it.
Because if you can imagine 200 gold pieces, each gold piece is like size.
Was it 2 or 3? I
Is it
thought it was 3. 360 technically, but we've already got the 60.
Right.
Now, what is it? 300. Okay, yeah. So it's a chest. Like two people have to drag it over. 300 gold pieces, and now you're on a boat full of pirates, and you have to keep that for yourselves. That's a you problem. They give that to you. It's like divide it amongst yourselves or whatever you're gonna do. They take the boxes very carefully.
Actually, out of curiosity, do you have other jobs to pay like this for? We're open for work, right?
Yes.
No.
Yes, yes.
This is a one-time job. Like, you were never here. You never saw us. We never spoke to you.
Yes, yes. Never saw us, never paid us. Definitely not an odd person on the ship. But if you're looking for work, no, we are available. You can probably find us.
Yes, through the
Right.
same channels.
I'm just gonna quickly Google. Sigil. Right, see what we get. That's some nice looking sigils. Okay, cool. These are all from Vampire the Masquerade, but it's a nice sigil, so I use it. Okay, so on the side of the carriage, you notice an ornate sigil crest, which I'm just print screaming, which I just stole somewhere from the internet, someone else invented. Yeah, we'll use that. Yeah, written on the side of the carriage is a rose. Right? Is that rose?
Mm-hmm.
Don't recognize it. Don't know what it is, but it's there. Okay, and so their business is over. They give you the money, and they then get onto the carriage. Right, everything's put in place, and then and just goes off into the woods. It's now like at 3 a.m. You have a treasure chest full of money and a boat full of pirates, free pirates.
That's enough.
Yes.
Do we go hard or soft with this? Do we lay down the law now, or do we let things play out?
Let's let things play out for a moment and then see where it goes.
I was going to say, you're still level 1. I don't know if you could take 3 pirates.
2 and an injured pirate.
True. 2 and an injured pirate. Okay, so...
Well, you seem to share that strange language thing with one another, so...
I'll talk to it.
Of course, I'm ready to kill them. I will kill them, if they give me a reason.
Oh, of course. I expect nothing less.
Right, what is your Astionov? What is your HP? I'm going to write it down on the thing.
My HP is 8.
8. Okay, and I'm going to write down what the HP of the sailors are. Their HP... Hit points, 11. Wow, they've got much more. Yeah, 11... and 11. Yeah, if they took a direct fight, it probably wouldn't go well, in all honesty. Cool, let's hope that Thieves Guild honor sticks out.
I go to the dwarf, the captain, and basically talk to him in Thieves' Cant and tell him there will be more jobs like this in the future. Should you wish.
How does the Thieves Guild normally work? So, like, is there like a reputation thing? If you fuck up, then they like throw you out? How does the...
Stuff you can make up. Thieves' Cant itself isn't related to any guild. It's just supposed to be this like random language that is a combination of like physical gestures, sounds, words, gibberish that only the people who know Thieves' Cant understand.
It's almost
everything else is just made up.
Part of it is almost like what we were saying, some nut people.
So the dwarf is standing there and he looks at the treasure chest of money and he goes, "Way I see it, we just done more than 40 gold pieces worth of work." And as he says that, right, you notice his friends like encircling you slightly to get a print screen. I mean, you can print screen. You can see the map. We're going back to the map screen. Yeah, way I see it, that's easily more than 40 gold pieces worth of work.
I guess we go hard on this one, eh?
How about, and he's got his hand in his axe, how about we separate it halvesies? We'll take 150 of those gold pieces, and we let you get back to the city in one piece.
Well, hang on. Do they know how much gold that is? Because we didn't say, right?
Right, we didn't say. In fact, it's a closed treasure chest.
Yeah, so anyway, he says, how about we get half whatever's in that chest, and then you can get back to the docks in one piece.
I don't think you want what's in that chest.
I care to disagree.
But I could offer you 40 gold pieces.
What were you going to suggest, Chris?
I was just going to ask, is this all in Thieves' Cant? Thieves' Cant?
Yeah, I'm talking just to him. So I don't know if the other guys understand it or not.
But the other two started moving, right?
Yeah, instinctively. They're not directly following him commands.
Okay. I'm just going to say this then. I'm going to ready my action to catapult one of my daggers into the wounded guy's face, and I'm going to pull out that, I have my hand on that dagger, and I'm in an offensive posture, like, I know that you're surrounding me, and I'm ready to,
No, we have a Mexican standoff here. We have an old-fashioned Mexican standoff. And he goes, open up the box, and let's look at it, and we'll take half, and then you can go back to the docks.
How about you take the 40, and my friend doesn't set your boat on fire, and then nobody gets anything.
I have no idea what the two of you are saying, but maybe also remind him that reputation counts for a lot, and our business is small.
True.
The dwarf seems to be thinking about this intently. He says back in Thieves' Cant, 20 for my boys, 40 for me.
I look to you and say, you willing to give up your 40?
So at the moment, you guys have 300 separated between you, so you get 150, right?
Right, but I have 40 on me and he has 40 on him. And if he
we paid them though, remember? Didn't we?
No. We after we paid him.
We paid them. He wants an additional. Okay, so just to clarify a few things. Right? Yeah. Right. It cost 40 originally to hire the boat. Right. Boat originally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It was 40 to hire the boat. And now he wants an additional 40, right, for himself, but he doesn't want his boys to know about it himself, and 20 just for his boys, right? You have 300, right, on you in that box, right? Believe you still it paid you 60, so you still have.
We each have 40 apiece on us.
Yeah.
I would only have 20, wouldn't I?
Yeah, you'd have 20.
Because we 60 split between the two of us, and we paid 40, so I have 10 gold.
Oh wait, I thought we had 60 for each of us.
You had 60 each.
Yeah.
And then you spent.
So
each.
Yeah. So you gave up 20. I gave up 20 to pay him for the original actual deal. Now he wants 40, so I have 40. I can give him 40, and then you have 40. You could split that between the two guys.
Okay.
Well, he said 20 just for his crew, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
20 between them?
Yeah.
Oh, 20 between them, so that would still leave you with 20.
Yeah. The thing is, he's giving less to his boys because, I'm assuming maybe they don't know Thieves' Cant, they don't know what's being said. He just wants more for himself. So, with that, if you agree to that, the captain nods to his boys and they put down their weapons. And he goes, "Don't worry, boys, I've made an agreement with this fine fella." Puts his hand on his shoulder. "We'll separate the money in a most admirable and fair fashion."
I have a single eyebrow raised, and you can see that I'm a little frustrated over spending any gold on these fuckers beyond what we have. But I will separate 20 gold coins into a separate coin purse that I just suppose I have, and I'll drop it on the deck. There you go, for services rendered.
Okay, so how much does that leave everyone with? Because I made that way more complex than I should have.
He's got 20 on him, and we have what's in the box, and I have nothing.
Okay, that's cool. So you now have 320. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So you gave them the money, and
I take a seat on the box.
Yeah, the rest of the trip is incredibly fucking awkward. It takes 2 hours to get back, and throughout all of it, you guys are just eyeing each other up constantly, because they're doing the maths in their head. We might get killed if we try. We don't know how powerful these guys are. We might get killed if we try and jump them, but they have a box full of money, so we're still getting paid. So yeah, it's a very, very uncomfortable night.
Any frogs you take care of.
Yeah, and I was going to say, that's it, you get paid, and that was the end of your very exciting and eventful vacation you spent together.
Cool.
Right. Not bad for a randomly generated adventure.
Works for me.
I'm enjoying Corvus a lot. I don't know what it is. I just enjoy him.
You see, the thing
I
is,
like this.
I could have quite easily have had that be a fight between you guys, but they would have ganked you.
But it's also just a more interesting end, right?
Mm.
Because there is reason to believe, again, in the criminal world, the lack of if you don't have a credibility as being good to work with in the criminal world, you're less likely to get work.
Right. I even promised him more work, which is not going to come to him now.
Oh no, I might just set fire to that boat later on.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Something.
Fucking kill them in their sleep and take the gold back.
It's your attempt to do that, but these guys do outstat you. Anything you do will have to be done in game, and it may end up in your death. I am not afraid to kill you guys.
If they're sleeping, they can't fight back. So
fucking gank you if you do something stupid. It's right. I'm gonna end it there for now. But do keep in mind, I'm going to be a ruthless DM from now on. I will kill you if I have to. You are very low level.
Okay.
Here's the question: do we get experience for successful completion of
Absolutely.
this?
You know what? I'm going to make you level 2 because being level 1's a fucking nightmare. You get 200 experience points for getting through this mission.
Wow! Yay!
Cool.
I will double check the experience threshold, make sure I've got it right, because I do regularly get this wrong.
Level 2 because level 1 is so fucking weak. I mean, we can keep doing missions until you're level 2 if you prefer, if you rather be more challenging.
Here we go. This will be helpful. I will just snip this and put it. You can pin this if you like. Might be useful.
Sure. When it
loads.
Again. I have a horrible habit of being too fucking generous.
Well, nah.
You're level 1.
This game.
Add another extra 100 experience points for getting the job done. There you go. You've now got the money separated between you and an extra 100 experience points. Enjoy. Be sure to add the 200 experience points altogether and the 300 separated in half, so that's 150.
Yeah.
Then it's the extra money that Chris has left over for himself. So be sure to put that all on your character sheets, then edit the character sheets and re-upload them on the thing. Make sure they're the pinned character sheets so you have them next time, okay?
No problem. Now,
50 plus 20, 170.
let's see.
Sorry, how much experience in total is that going to end up being then?
200 experience points altogether, starting from 0.
And our proficiency bonus goes up. Plus 2.
200, you won't be level 2.
Okay.
No. I have put a snip of the character advancement thing in there. So the way the experience works is that it is cumulative. Mm-hmm. So where it's got 300 and then 900, it isn't. You get 300, it resets to 0, and then you go to 900. You've got to go 300, and then another 600 will make it 900, and then you get a level up, and you just keep going from that points. So, yeah. It's all cumulative.
Now we're doing proper D&D, and we start at level 1. I'm going to do this properly. So I'm not going to just, make you higher levels. I'm going to decide that I'm going to very slowly, over the next year, slowly raise your levels. Just a little bit every adventure, until we can make you someone, worthwhile. Right. That was, for a randomly generated adventure, that was fucking excellent.
Here it is.
Would the
updated
word to describe Corvus be sarcastic?
Yes. If you had to pick an actor to play him, who would it be?
I have no idea.
No, fair enough.
I don't know enough actors.
I always like it when people pick actors so I can Photoshop posters if I ever need to.